jam some tunes inspired by Robert Johnson. I believe I'll dust my broom. You can print all these tabs out here by becoming a Patreon. Link is right here in the notes. I teach ukulele every single Wednesday and Saturday. Every other Wednesday is baritone. Check out the baritone playlist. So we are going to start with the intro. Index 3rd fret of the D string, pinky on the 6th fret. These are both F notes. We're in the key of F. And some palm muting sounds nice on this one as well, so experiment with that. We're going to play these two, and then thumb that 1 and 2. Lift the pinky, 4th fret here, but again, we're hitting the bass 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and every 8th. So it's 1 and 2. Bass on the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3. 3, 3. 3 and 4. Now here, you're going to hit this one 4 and 1. Then you're going to slide the index finger to 1 and then get your ring finger on the 3rd fret. So it's 1 and 2. I'm using my middle finger. And 3, again middle finger. Then they're going to switch. And 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now here, offbeat, you're going to hit that with my index finger, the 1st fret of the B string again. 1 and 2. Triplet. 1, middle finger, open E, ring finger, 3rd fret of the G string. So it's 2, pola, 3. Then you're going to use that ring finger to fret both the B and the G string together. 3 again, back to 1. 1 and 2, pola, 3 and 4. Helicopter, helicopter, helicopter. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, pola, 3 and 4. Just like that. Now the next lick is this one, and it's, I start on 1 and 2. You don't really have to, but we're sliding to the 4th fret of the B string and the 5th fret of the G string. And what I'm doing is I'm sliding in, playing triplets. 1 pola, 2 pola. On the 3rd beat, I like to go down a half step and slide back in. So from here, everything down a fret, right back in. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola. Just like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 pola, 3 and 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola. Boom, boom. Actually hit this double stop on the 1, 1 and. Now here the shuffle is 1st fret of the B string, ring finger on the 3rd, pinch them both together, pinky on the 3rd fret. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if your pinky's not on, it's either the 1st or the 3rd beat. If your pinky's on, it's the 2nd or the 4th beat. That's why when we play this on the 1, we go 1 and 2 and 2, 1 and 2. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 pola. We sneak in on the and then triplets again. Now, keep in mind if you're going to play this with Robert Johnson and play along with his track, this measure here, the first one, the first time through, he plays it 3-4, and then the second and third times it's 4-4, then it goes back to 3-4. That's the thing about Robert. You're going to see one measure of 5-4 in this song. He would just throw in an extra beat whenever he wanted to, and a lot of the old blues guys would do that. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, any way they wanted to. Why is that? It didn't really get the idea of a strict structure until academics started to study blues and try to put it into textbooks and teach other people. Early on, it was much more of a free, expressive music. Over the time, the structure became slightly more rigid. So feel free to throw in an extra beat in your own playing as well. We get third measure. We're back up here to the 1, 2. Feel free to slide into that as much or as little as you want to. 1 and 1 polar, 2 polar, 3 polar, 4 polar, 1. I mean, as much as you want, right? From the second measure here, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 polar, 2 polar, 3 polar, 4 polar, boom. Going back here, and this time it's 1, 2 on our way back to 1 and 2. Instead of being 1 and 2, it's second fret, first fret, 1 and 2. So these 4 measures: 1 polar, 2 polar, 3 polar, 4 polar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 polar, 2 polar, 3 polar, 4 polar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Boom. Now we're going to go to the B7. This is a blues in F, right? I woke in the morning, I believe I'm gonna dust my broom. Well, I woke up in the morning, I believe I'm gonna dust my broom. So that's what the harmony above that is if you were to just strum through it. Now here, it's the same shuffle that we have here. We just move everything down a string. And these 2 measures are just that shuffle. So 3, 1, doot, doot, and 3, 3. Only playing the G and the E strings. 1 and 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right back into our 1 polar, 2 polar, 3 polar, 4 polar, using these 2 fingers. Then there we go, our first measure of 5/4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Well, 5, sorry. And 5. 2 and 1, right into pinching 1 and 3. So it's, I just make the F chord, make that easier for me. So I pinch the 2 in the middle, outside, shuffle. 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 on the third beat, slide to 7 on the end, 3 and 4. Index finger, 5th fret of the G string on the 4th beat. 3 and 4, up to 8, and 7, 5. Right after that 4th beat on the 7, you're going to play 5th fret of the G string on the and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. Now I use my ring finger because we're jumping into the next shuffle. The same shuffle we do on B flat. If you move it up 2 frets, 5 and 3, here it's the same. So we're going to do the C shuffle, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is a cool trick he does too. He gets there a half beat early. So you finish on the 4th beat with your fingers down like this. You're going to go 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and doom. Index finger 3rd fret. So those first 2 measures, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 polar 1 and 2 polar 3 and 4 1 boom. So after you get through those, now I'm on the F, F7, B flat minor, the last 2 measures, the turnaround. 3, 1 and 2. Similar to the intro, but we never do 6. 1 and 2 and using these 2 fingers, 3 and then the 4th beat, I'm going to bar the 2nd fret of the 2 middle strings with my 3rd finger here. I'm going to go 4 polar, 1. Pinch the 2 on the outside, bass here again, A note with your index finger. 4 polar, 1. 1st fret, 3rd fret, just like our shuffle. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 polar 3. It's that triplet we've seen. 1st fret, open E, 3rd fret, and 3 of the 2 middle strings. 1 and 2 polar 3 and 4. 3 again, land on C on the 4th beat, and then if you were to go back to the top, you would jump into the riff. If you were to finish, strum a C7 and then an F. Now you don't have to strum that C7. I just think it adds a little extra layer of tension. You could just let the C note on the 4th beat be the C7, or you could also do some kind of chord melody thing there. So these 4 measures would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 polar 1 and 2 polar 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play through the whole thing. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and yeah. I hope you dig it. New baritone every other Wednesday. Check out the baritone playlist. I got my kitty cats on. Probably haven't seen them in a while. I lost the shirt, but just found it. Meow Meow, Meowster, Meowinator, Mautorama, and Mau Invisible. Not Mau, Meow. Meowminator. It's kind of hard to say. All right, getting off topic. Check out these playlists. I appreciate you. Think about becoming a Patreon. Cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. You dig my baritone from flight? More information in the description. I do private lessons as well. Until next time, rock and roll.